Are you sure about the path that you've been following which will lead to your success, or are you following the herd mentality? There are different paths to success.
Every time I needed some sort of help, he was just a phone call away.
So in my case, the external mentor was Mr. Vivek Punikar sir, who is also a former CHR of HCL Technologies, and now he is a startup mentor also.
When corporates assess our students for campus hiring, they should see the makings of a future leader. At SOIL, our focus is not just on ensuring the domain-related competencies of our students, but it is also on ensuring that the leadership qualities, which a lot of corporates look at, those qualities are in evidence, which means their ability to lead, their ability to show the way to the rest of their organization, their teams, etc. Those become very, very important.
So when we joined the program in the beginning, in the first week itself, we are entered into an IDB program, that is individual development program. We go through a rigorous GDPI rounds, and the teacher assists us in many scales like the employability level, the how we are performing right now, how outspoken we are. And apart from the IDB program, we were also involved into appreciative inquiry, which also helps us to know and plan our career goals and like what we imagine ourselves or where we imagine ourselves to be in the next 1 or 2 years. In the mentorship program in SOIL, we are assigned with two mentors. One is external mentor and the other is internal mentor. So in my case, my external mentor was Vivek Punikar sir, who is also a former CHR of HCL Technologies, and now he is a startup mentor.
My external mentor is Gautam Brahma. He has 30 plus years of experience and he's a pass out from IIT and IIM Bangalore.
External mentor assigned to me is Mr. Arun Nagpal. Currently, he is the CEO and Managing Director of Mrita Group. Earlier, he was the ex-CEO of Luminous Inverters. Every time I needed some sort of help, he was just a phone call away. And it has been about 6 months that I have been in regular touch with him. And we do not communicate daily, but anytime I seek any sort of guidance, he is the one guy that I go to.
For me, the mentor was an established person to whom I can go and talk freely, like, sir, what should I do next? What subject should I take for the long-term development of myself? Or, sir, is this industry for me? What do you think about it? So he used to answer those questions. And because of that, you get clear about your own aspirations and goals.
In order to do this, we have year-round interactions with corporates at the highest level. And these interactions ensure that we bring in the industry depth, we bring in the sector depth, and of course, we bring in the leadership depth.
So every single week we had like 2 or 3 leaders, that industry leaders, very prominent leaders that would meet every single week. Now these were very big guys, and sometimes taking that 1 hour out of their schedule and coming and talking to us, and there are certain doubts you cannot clear in the class. It can only be cleared while you get that experience from those leaders. We were also part of roundtable conference with the CEOs and MDs of the industry consortium who are the companies who are part of SOIL.
So these factors combined help us to ensure that the gap that corporates typically view between what their requirements are vis-a-vis what management schools are able to offer, those gaps get plugged completely.
There are quite a few roles that come in for, like, let's say it's B2B sales consultant, or it's about digital marketing or any other role. So there would be separate mock interviews for each specific role. Now that's very interesting because you get to know what kind of questions you could be asked and how you prepare for them. And at that point you have to be very clear, like you cannot mix two things, right? So this is very helpful, and that's how we are assessed based on what theory, how much of theory do we know, how can we relate from our past experience to the job role that we're applying. The best part about interview is that you have to get in the flow, because we all know that when we first appear for an interview for the very first time, we are very anxious, right? So I mean that part has to be eliminated, and that part SOIL has done brilliantly, because all the interviews that I've given, I've been very confident because I know what kind of questions are going to be thrown to me.
First we were told how to build our LinkedIn profile. We were connected with a lot of seniors and the career team here. They gave us many pointers. The very opening part of resume is something that catches eye of the recruiter, and that was one part that CMS focus the most on. A single format would not necessarily work for all the companies, since they'll have different requirements. If you're applying for an example, I'm a salesperson. If I'm applying for a business development position, the focus should be there. If I'm applying for an inside sales profile or a business development executive, the profile should vary with the pointers that will cater to the particular job description. Coming from a sales background, pre-sales was one such role that I was always seeking, and with the help of CMS team and the constant guidance in the terms of having numerous mock interviews with my faculties, external mentors, even our alumni and the CMS team themselves, it really helped me a lot. It was just the second interview that I appeared for, and the interview happened in a manner that I was bombarded with questions. 50 questions about my work experience, how do I segment the client. It went on, but I had answer to everything.
Are you sure about the path that you've been following which will lead to your success, or are you following the herd mentality?